Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're stepping into a world that's near and dear to my heart, modern cottage style. There's something so inviting about a home that embraces both comfort and style, where rustic charm meets modern elegance. If you're dreaming of transforming your house into a haven of warmth and personality, you're in the right place. We're diving into my top 10 tips for nailing that modern cottage look, from creating a cozy foundation to adding those special finishing touches. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and get ready to be inspired. Tip number 1 is all about laying the groundwork for that irresistible cottage coziness, and for me, it always starts from the ground up, literally. A plush rug is like an instant invitation to kick off your shoes and stay a while. Think soft textures, warm colors, and maybe even a vintage pattern that speaks to your soul. And don't skimp on the seating. A comfy sofa or a couple of plush armchairs will make your living room the go-to spot for family gatherings and cozy nights in. When choosing fabrics, consider natural fibers like linen or cotton for a breathable, lived-in feel. And don't be afraid to layer those textures. Throw in a chunky knit blanket or a faux fur throw for an extra dose of warmth and visual interest. Remember, creating a cozy foundation is all about surrounding yourself with elements that make you feel relaxed, comfortable, and right at home. This is about more than just aesthetics. It's about creating a space that feels as good as it looks. So go ahead, sink into that comfy chair, and let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is all about embracing the beauty of natural light. Cottage homes are all about connecting with the outdoors, so let's maximize those windows and let the sunshine in. Heavy, dark curtains can really weigh down a space. Instead, opt for light, airy fabrics like linen or cotton blends. Think sheer curtains that filter the light beautifully and create a soft, romantic glow. If privacy is a concern, consider layering with blinds or shades underneath. That way you can control the light levels while still maintaining that airy, breezy feel. Natural light doesn't just brighten up your space, it also has a way of lifting your mood and making everything feel fresher and more inviting. So open those curtains wide, let the sun shine in, and get ready to soak up all that natural beauty. All right, for tip number 3, we're talking color palettes. And when it comes to modern cottage style, I'm all about embracing the power of neutrals. Think soft whites, creamy ivories, calming grays, and maybe even a touch of muted pastel if you're feeling bold. These colors create a sense of serenity and provide the perfect backdrop for your cottage-inspired furniture and decor. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Neutrals, won't that be boring? Trust me, neutrals are anything but boring. Neutrals create a beautiful blank canvas that allows your personality to shine through in the details. Plus, they have this amazing ability to make a space feel larger and brighter, especially when you're working with natural light. So don't be afraid to go neutral. It's the perfect foundation for creating a timeless and inviting cottage aesthetic. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite parts, bringing in those charming cottage character pieces. Tip number 4 is all about mixing old and new. One of the things I love most about the modern cottage style is that it's not afraid to embrace the stories and history behind furniture and decor. So don't be afraid to mix those vintage finds with your modern pieces. Maybe you have a beautiful antique dresser passed down from your grandmother. Pair it with some sleek modern lamps for a look that's both timeless and unexpected. Or perhaps you found a unique vintage rug while antiquing. Let it shine in a room with more contemporary furniture. The key here is to create a balance between old and new, ensuring that each piece feels intentionally placed and complements the overall aesthetic. Tip number 5 is all about inviting the beauty of nature indoors. One of the hallmarks of cottage style is that seamless connection to the outdoors, and one of the easiest ways to achieve that is by incorporating natural elements into your home. Start by adding greenery. Potted plants, fresh flowers, or even branches gathered from your backyard can instantly breathe life into your space, and don't be afraid to go big with your greenery. A large statement plant can completely transform a room. Next, think about incorporating other natural materials like wood, stone, and wicker. A rustic wooden coffee table, woven baskets for storage, or even a stone fireplace surround can all add that touch of nature-inspired charm. All right, let's talk about getting cozy. Tip number 6 is all about layering with textiles to create that inviting lived-in feel that's synonymous with cottage style. Think of textiles as the things that make you want to curl up and get comfortable. Start with your sofa or bed. Pile on the throw pillows in a mix of patterns and textures. Don't be afraid to mix and match. Stripes, florals, solids, anything goes as long as it speaks to you. And don't forget the throws. A chunky knit blanket draped over the back of the sofa or a cozy quilt folded at the foot of the bed adds that extra layer of warmth and visual interest. When choosing textiles, opt for natural fabrics like cotton, linen, wool, or even fur for that ultimate cozy factor. For tip number 7, we're going to shift gears a bit and talk about functionality, because while aesthetics are important, we also want our cottage homes to be practical and livable. One of the best ways to achieve this is by choosing furniture that serves dual purposes. Think storage ottomans that can double as extra seating, coffee tables with built-in shelves, or even a vintage trunk that can be used for storage and as a statement piece. Another great way to maximize space is by incorporating wall-mounted storage solutions. Open shelving is perfect for displaying your favorite cookbooks in the kitchen or showcasing decorative items in the living room, and don't forget about hooks. Okay, it's time to infuse your cottage home with heart and soul. Tip number 8 is all about showcasing those personal touches that make your space uniquely yours. One of my favorite ways to do this is by displaying family heirlooms or vintage pieces, either passed down or found while treasure hunting. These pieces often have a story to tell and add a sense of history and character to your home. Another great way to add personality is by incorporating travel souvenirs or items that hold special meaning to you. Whether it's a collection of seashells from a family vacation or a piece of artwork you brought back from a trip abroad, these items serve as reminders of cherished memories. And don't forget about the power of handmade. A knitted blanket made by your grandmother, a framed piece of your child's artwork, or even a simple bouquet of flowers from your garden can all add that personal touch that makes your house a home. Tip number 9 is all about creating those cozy nooks and gathering spaces that encourage connection and togetherness. Cottage homes are all about warmth and hospitality, so I always try to create spaces that invite people to relax, unwind, and enjoy each other's company. One of my favorite ways to do this is by designing a cozy reading nook. Find a quiet corner, add a comfortable armchair or chaise lounge, a side table for your favorite books, and a warm throw. Now you have the perfect spot to curl up with a good book and escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Another great way to create an intimate gathering space is by designing a dedicated dining area, whether it's a formal dining room or a cozy breakfast nook. Having a designated space for meals encourages family time and conversation. And last but not least, tip number 10. Let's talk lighting. Lighting plays such a crucial role in creating ambiance and setting the mood in your home, and it's especially important when it comes to achieving that warm and inviting cottage atmosphere. When it comes to cottage lighting, I'm all about warm, soft, and inviting. Avoid harsh overhead lighting, which can feel cold and sterile. Instead, opt for a combination of ambient, task, and accent lighting to create depth and interest. Table lamps are a must-have in any cottage home. Place them on side tables, consoles, or even nightstands to provide soft pools of light. And don't underestimate the power of candles. Scatter them throughout your space to create a warm and inviting glow. When choosing light bulbs, look for options with a warm color temperature measured in kelvins. Bulbs with a lower Kelvin rating, around 2700 kelvins, emit a warm yellowish light, which is perfect for creating that cozy, inviting ambiance we're going for. Horsa Chirka Asian Pause Twos. As we wrap up, let's talk about those final touches and accents that truly bring your modern cottage decor to life. These are the elements that add personality and charm to your space, making it uniquely yours. Consider incorporating vintage finds or family heirlooms. These pieces tell a story and add a layer of history and character to your home. Whether it's an old clock, a set of vintage books, or a cherished piece of art, these items can seamlessly blend with your modern touches. Don't forget the greenery. Plants and flowers not only enhance the aesthetic, but also bring a sense of freshness and vitality. Choose a mix of potted plants, hanging plants, and fresh cut flowers to create a lush, inviting atmosphere. Lastly, think about your scent. A well-chosen candle or essential oil diffuser can add that final sensory layer, making your home feel even more welcoming and cozy. Remember, it's these little details that make a big difference. So, take your time, enjoy the process, and let your personality shine through in every corner of your modern cottage. Thank you for joining us on this decorating journey. We hope you're inspired to create a space that's not only beautiful, but also a true reflection of you. Until next time, happy decorating.